Shootout time. Time to get shot at.
Let's fix that real quick.
Shootout time. Time to get shot at.
Or production, or graphics, or art. You know, I don't know shit. I know nothing. I'm terrible at this. You should not pay attention to... Don't forget support. Don't forget to go support our friend Wuta. Don't forget. Please don't forget, if you're watching me, if you can, if you have ability, you can turn my stream to bitrate down and to lowest and mute me and watch him. What are you gonna do, you know? That's interesting. Okay. The mic's on. Let's see if we can't... turn some stuff on here. Oh yeah, I gotta connect chats up. Let's do this.
Wish there was a good way to pop the chat out, is there? Okay.
I did the night dress up in a suit because I wanted to look sharp.
Okay.
I did the night dress up in a suit because I wanted to look sharp.
Okay. Let's run some tests. All right. All right, what do we got here? What's the program called? Shoot. My brain's not in this right now. Let's see. What the? Why can't I think of this? What are you? What kind of game is that? Gal's Dungeon Part 3. I'm sure that's a real game. Okay. Let's see. Distracted much? Alright, we needed to go into clip scene. Clip effect scenes. Clip scene. That's the glitch. That's that. Okay, so it's in here, I guess. There's... Alright, let's try that and see if that solved it.
Where they divided and
Yeah, I don't know where
designed
that came
out
from.
the car.
Alright. So, let's get this set up. Alright, what's this thing called? I've lost all of my knowledge on this right now. Defuse. Okay. Pin to start, please. Alright, let me download. Where's Discord? I should tell everybody too that I'm live. It's good enough. People know where to find me. If they're in my Discord, they know how to find me. Okay, I need to close Google Drive because, of course, Google Drive doesn't work with, or Win32 Disk Imager doesn't work with Google Drive open. So that's fun. That's always fun. Alright, we need to download. I need to get to my DMs with Jen. So we've got 3 more files to run. Downloads. So I'm gonna write this to. I gotta figure out which drive is the proper drive. Let's use disk management to figure it out. Disk 7 is disk I. Disk I. Yes, that's correct. Okay, eject it. And Okay. So we've got that written. Now, I don't need this. We need putty. It's not shorting on anything. Load. And we're going to call this this. I don't need it. Let's put it in here. It's fine. Save. Okay, we're going to open putty. Oh, this normal, good-looking cable doesn't want to fit in the connector anymore. Let me clean it. Let's see. Maybe it's just some kind of gunk. Come on, spray. Alright, let's try that again. I guess it did turn on. But for some reason the lights were freaking out on the front. Oop. Ah, my brain is not here today. Load. Browse. This. Delete. Save. Open. On. Okay, the light's blinking for some reason. I don't remember the light blinking like that, but okay. I don't know. It's been a while since we've done this. Let me download the next one. And the other one. Oh, we'll do one at a time so I don't get too confused. I don't know how long I'm supposed to let these run. Probably not too long. I think that might be it, actually. I think we might have made it. Alright, I'm going to assume that's the end of that log. We'll just start with the next one. The board for the memory to replace on here should be here today. It might actually be in the mail for all I know. So the next one is odd F. Let me copy that. It's for the log. And we're doing I again. Yep. And then eject it. Please eject. Okay. Plug it in. Let her run. It doesn't power up immediately. That's really weird. Oh, nope. It's running the memory test, but we gotta get Putty back going. New log. Why I have so much brain fog today? F, open, load, go. That's weird. The light on the system doesn't immediately switch when you push the button. But it does seem to be working okay. I don't know. The Wii U that I have for sale, I don't like how scratched up the case is looking, so I bought a like a sticker. A vinyl sticker for the case that is black, just to try and make it look nice again. It was like $8 or something from AliExpress, so I'm gonna try and do that before I sell it on my website. Cause it's a shame to buy like a really nice upgraded NAND system that's soft modded and all tricked out, and then it's like the case has got all these scratches on it.
Just watched a documentary about Beavers. It was the best damn program I've ever seen.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the end of the log. It doesn't go back past this, so we'll stop here. Close this. Send this one to Jan. That's F, and then one more. And then I think we can prep this board. I can at least prep the pads in the board for this one is odd 0. And let's put the SD card back in. Okay, we're on disk I again. I, right, yes. Maybe it'll actually eject this time. Nope, okay, we'll do it from here. This is the last one. And I think we're going to prep this board for the transplant. I think we're going to replace 2 memory chips. We'll see. Based on what Jan says on these 2. Load. Browse. Paste. Open. Run. Yeah, I think the 2 memory chips we're going to replace. The board, the donor board, it might actually be in the mail already. I might go check. I might actually reball the board too. We could try. Because I'm going to be reballing the board directly instead of the chip. Because the stencil I have is like itty bitty. So it'll let me reball the board. Should. Okay, that should be the same. Okay. Close, yes. Putty logs. Okay, and this one was the 0. Odd 0. That's even 0. Odd 0. Alright, hopefully that gives Jan a good idea of what's going on with these boards. Let's see if we can clean up this this board. I don't know with the if I can. Yeah, we should be okay to try. I'm probably going to heat the board up with hot air. And, what happened? Oh, let me go here. And let's make that smaller. I don't know why it tries to load Sega CD games and then it just goes here. That should be not a thing. Let's see with the stencil how much we run in. Dang it, I might have to. Oh, it might barely fit in there with those resistors. Let's clean it up. Get some fresh wick. Let's turn the soldering iron on. Actually, hold on. Let's change to a really big tip. Wonder if that's the biggest tip I've got. I think that's about the same size. Okay, we'll use this one. Alright, this board's probably going to suck a bunch of heat away. So, let's put the temp at 465. Let's clean this up. I'm gonna run these again because apparently there's supposed to be a message or something. So we'll try it again in a sec. I might do them off stream because they may take a while. Let's look at the state of these pads. Yeah, just need to get the solder balls off there. We should be. Oh, you know what? Did my camera is back to the wrong way. Oh, it's because I had to flip stuff. Transform. Horizontal. Transform. Oops. No, I don't want to flip horizontal. I want to rotate. Like that. That's better. Okay. But we're using this anyway, so. Of course, the auto exposure's back. You know, I thought OBS was supposed to save your settings for your camera, but it just never works. Oh, come on! Okay, Missy. It doesn't like the settings for my microscope. Save. That should be good enough. Alright, fume extraction and... let's see how we get along without doing the preheating. You know what? I should just mix in some leaded solder. So we'll do that first. Let's get some. Not pressing hard. Just kind of pulling on the wick. Alright, let's clean that up and see how it actually looks. Okay. You're gonna do the same thing for the RAM chip. Actually, no, not this RAM chip. Alright, let's see how well the stencil actually fits. It's a bit of a better angle. That looks good. Wow, it actually just barely fits in there. Okay. So I'm going to use Kapton tape. Get the board really clean now. We'll use some Kapton tape to hold that down, and then I'll use paste, solder paste, and we'll try our first attempt at reballing the board. There's the Kapton tape. I'm going to 3D print like a desk organizer for my stuff because it's just kind of everywhere. So I've been looking for a good one, that's the problem. Scissors. So just so you get a better picture of what's going on here. Alright, let's actually make sure it's lined up good. Looks decent enough. I think it should work. Oh, it's too much. There we go. Tape. Actually, it will sit more flush. I think if we go upside down here, because alright, are we all the way up? Misaligned by 1. Yeah, that's good. This is meant to sit on top of the chip here. It would have been flush either way, I think, actually. Let's see if we can shift this over just... No, I think it fits better the other way. Okay. That's a via. Right there? Okay. Let's keep going. Oh man, I don't know what's wrong with me today.
Why
Staring
did the
you
man
down.
run around his bed? Because he was trying to catch up on his sleep.
Okay. Are we a little bit off? Just, well, it won't move over anymore. So it'll be fine. So I could either use solder balls or solder paste. We're going to try paste first. Although I don't have my little plastic spudger things. I do have something I can use though. Alright, let me get my solder paste out of my fridge. Too bad it didn't come with a spreader. Okay. Apparently you're supposed to keep your solder paste in the fridge, friends. You did not know that. Oh boy, is this ever hard. Oh boy, okay. Maybe not. Do I need to warm it up a little bit? Oh no, it's coming out here. It just wasn't coming out the tip. Okay, well we'll just... That should be enough. See if we can't spread this on there. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, let's try it. Let's get a nozzle going too on the hot air. Make sure.
Jan Hoffmeyer says, are you sure? You were supposed to put solder on the board.
You can do it either way. Yeah, they both work. If you have a small stencil like this one, then you can do it this. You can reball the board instead. There's need a screwdriver. Yeah, it's an alternative way of doing it. I know it's unusual, but it does work. Reball the board instead of the chip, and it's actually easier. In some ways, it's better because hold on, I gotta get this lead off. The chips have less heat cycles than the board, so it's unorthodox. I did watch a couple of videos from some people that I like, and they showed this technique. It's a weird technique, but it does apparently work. So solder balls are solder balls, right? As long as they wet on the board properly. It should be fine. I don't have the board yet, but it should be coming today apparently. So actually I have to raise this up because I need more room for the hot air. But yeah, I know it's a little weird, but yeah, I know, but I'll be able to preheat the board a little better, at least. Whoop! I lost my nozzle. I gotta put the nozzle on. I need like a screwdriver out. It's just out and ready to be used. It's the same. It's heat on the chip or it's heat on the board. But the stencil I have won't sit on the chip. I have no way to lock it into the chip, unfortunately. So this is my best option. Eventually I'll figure out like I have a stencil holder. You can see that. But the stencil is too small. It won't sit in there. I need to buy some universal ones. Okay. Now let's do this again. So this solder wets at a pretty low temperature, so we should be okay. This should be fine. And you have to put a lot of heat into the board to solder the chip down either way. But I feel you. Fortunately, there's a giant ground plane here, so it should be. You know what? I'm going to put some aluminum tape here to kind of protect the Raspberry Pi. You go to sleep, soldering iron. We don't need you. It's just Do that. And I can kind of try to protect some other components around here too. Are we certain we have to remove both the memory chips? So this it's leaded solder, so it'll melt around 180, 200 degrees Celsius. So it shouldn't take that long to wet. Just kind of preheating the area and the board right now. Get some tweezers to make sure the board's pressed down. Okay, we should start to see some solder balls form any minute. Big ground plane, huh? A lot of heat being sucked away by the board. There we go. There we go. Starting to wet. Starting to wet. Coming with the heat closer. Turn the airflow down just a little bit. Well, they look pretty good now. Okay. Oh. Maybe a little bit too much in a couple of those. I may have to wick those off and put some actual solder balls down. But let's see what happens. Let's give it a sec to cool off. I could just use solder balls, I think. It might be better than paste. All right. See what we got.
What do you call a cow with two legs in beef?
I may have to wick that. Just that little tiny bit of solder on top might be locking it down.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says, I think for that size solder balls would be better to make sure it's consistent.
Yeah, solder balls might be better. Yeah, I think we're still kind of soldered the stencil in. It's Is that a resistor? What is that? What the heck is that? Is that a solder ball? Did those two merge somehow? Let's clean that up better. Did that like a via get raised or something? What is that? I can't tell what that is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to use solder balls. There's just too much solder in some of them.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says maybe you damaged the solder mask while wicking.
I don't think so. I looked at it pretty carefully. It looked okay. Let's do it with solder balls one more time. Let's take a look at what we actually got going here. I think it just too much bridged over or something. Because the paste method probably works better with ones that are a little further apart than this. These are really close together. That would be my guess. Yeah, they just like bridged or something. Let's do it with solder balls. I guess I could remask a little bit of these traces, but it shouldn't flow over that far. Not with solder balls. So I think they're just too close together for paste, and some of the paste kind of went through the underneath the stencil. It's hard to get it super flat with the board. So let's do it that way. Let's just do solder balls. Let me put some flux down first. Very thin layer of flux. Is this via okay up here? Oh, you know what? I think it's the stencil. Yeah, it's just some flux. Okay. So, solder paste is a no-go. I'm going to redo the tape now. If this one doesn't work, and I'll find a way to reball the... I'll just have to by hand reball the... I'll figure out some way. The stuff that came with the holder that came with the stencils, it's like weird. Like there's no way to actually use it with the chip. I don't understand what they were going for here. I'll show it to you. I gotta grab it. I don't know where it went. It's just like this little two-pronged thing. I don't... Engineering-wise, it doesn't make any sense. Well, this should work with solder balls, so we'll just do that. Protect the board with some tape. So are you sure we were going to take off both of these chips, or are we just going to replace the one? Alright. Let's see. Solder balls. Need 0.45?
YouTube Jan Humbier says the port is also bad according to the test.
U4? Which one's U4? Or is that the only one that's bad? Are multiple showing bad now? How do I want to kind of do this? I don't want them to go too much everywhere. Maybe I will use another small piece of aluminum tape on this side, just to keep them from flowing off to the sides.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says the one that is missing shows bad OFC.
Right, of course. I wonder if the chip was actually bad though. Like I wonder, should we put this one? Should I put this one back on and then retest and see if it's just 4? U2, U3, U4 is the one next to it. So I wonder if it is just the one next to it. That's the problem. Okay, that's too many. Of course.
YouTube Gen Help Leader says, and another chick is one bigger error, and I'm pretty sure that that is a 4. The one remote is a 5.
Yeah, U5. If it goes 2, 3, 4, 5, then yeah.
YouTube Jan Hofmeyer says I wouldn't put the old chip back. If you get 4 good ones, no reason to risk soldering a bad one back.
Yeah, but we don't know that it was bad, right? So just put a known good one in? Is that what you're suggesting? Get in there. Oh, there's tape kind of covering it. Oh. Hold on. I'm just dumb.
YouTube Jan Hofmeyer says even if it is still good now, it came from the same batch as the bad one, so might fail in the future.
That is a good point. That is a good point.
YouTube Jan Hofmeyer says a known good is better than maybe good.
I think I'm just going to cut. Yeah, known good. True story. Oh yeah, I was able to move it over a little bit. These do not want to go in the holes. Okay, do we have one in every hole? Maybe not this top one. Okay, looks like there's one in every hole. Double check. Sure I get these out. I'm also going to kind of try to gather these up so I can go back in the container.
What kind of order did the dentist receive for your little plague?
These are tiny. This is why I didn't want to do the solder balls, because there's a lot of excess and I don't have a good way to just get rid of them off the board. So the tape should, if any rolled like under here, is there one in there? Seems like we might need one in there. And there's one on the board still. Come on. Okay. There we go. Can't tell if that one is got one or not. Nope. Okay. Okay, how we looking? Solder balls? There's one in every single one. There's one here. You think I should just replace all the memory chips? Alright, we got all our solder balls in there. Whoops. Give me a second to try and gather these up. Do my best here.
Jen Hoffmeyer says, I think it would be a miracle if you get these two replaced and it works. Replacing the other two sounds too much work and risk.
Well, there's no risk. It's already broken. It's already a parts machine as it is. So, to me, there's no risk other than just time, which is not a risk, because a lot of this is good practice and learning and stuff for me. Just want to gather these up. I'm just kind of putting them in here. And then they're going to have a little bit of flux on them and stuff, so we'll give them a little bit of a spritz. Let them sit in some rubbing alcohol, like that. There's probably some on this cotton bud. And then I should be able to try to get them back into the jar once that's dry. So we'll do that later. And let's see if we can reflow this bad boy. Let's check and make sure we got all our solder balls that we need.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says I would say first replace U5 and see if that works fine. After that is good. Replace U4 and then we would expect the WIIU to just work.
See if there's any other stray solder balls. We don't need any of them being blown onto the board. In fact, I'm just going to take this Q-tip with flux and just rub it around. It should pick up any of the stray solder balls. And the other thing we can do is and grab a piece of this aluminum tape and just kind of dab around here. Try and see if we can pick up any stray solder balls. We don't want any. I think I got them all. Doesn't look. Oh, there's one. I did pick up one. So this is good. This is why you do this. And put some more tape by the APU because I don't want any solder balls melting and going under the APU. Okay, let's try again. This time with vigor. We do have a solder ball in each one. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of this flux on top. It's gonna evaporate pretty quick, but that's fine. Just gonna try and heat up the area first. Are we missing one solder ball right there? Nope, nope, we're good. Oh, are they coming out? Are they coming out? Hold on. They're getting blown out. They are getting blown out. And the stencil moved. Just a little bit. So I'm going to have to hold it down with tweezers while we do this. Whoa, the stencil's moving a lot. I may have to get a universal stencil and do it on the chips, just because anytime you have an accident like this, things they're not easy to fix. Alright, we'll try holding the stencil down. I guess something dissolved the tape, or it didn't stick that well. Yeah, it's moving too much. Dang it. Dang it. Can I recenter you? And redo the tape easily? I think I have to go with a much lower airflow with the balls. With the solder balls. Okay, maybe I should tape it. Well, I have a chance. Let's tape it. Well, it's in position. And then we'll fix the solder balls, and then I'll put the protective tape down on top. This at least gives me a chance to see if there's any stray balls. Which I don't see. I do see a bunch on the tape though, which is gonna melt, so hopefully this tape sticks better this time. Maybe the flux, the liquid flux I put down. Yeah, probably. I won't do that again. Luckily it's already evaporated. I just need the proper stencil for my jig. Say right there. Right. Let's move it up a little bit. Right there. There. Right there. Should be perfect. Oop. We got 2 solder balls here. Get those off. Okay, yeah, I think before I put all this extra tape down, I gotta do this, get it lined up perfectly. Alright, the solder balls are just sticking to the tweezers. This is all brand new to me, so learning curve. Okay, we'll go with some new tape, at least up to this section. All right. Come on, go in there.
My wife said I was immature, so I told her to get out of my fort.
Okay, so we need like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 more? Maybe 17? Okay, that's one. I just don't want to put too many on the board and then risk them going off onto the board itself. They're so tiny that they just cling to the end of my dental pick with whatever flux or gunk or whatever is on my dental pick is enough to pick it up. Yes, soldering iron. I know. This is the part of the YouTube videos they edit out for reballing. all the actual work. All right, let's see if I'm gonna have to grab some out of this little tin. We're almost there. Almost there. One solder ball at a time. It's very hard to tell if you grabbed one or not sometimes. Okay, really low airflow, so they don't come flying out. These are tiny, guys. These are like so microscopic. It takes patience. I have too many on there now. So microscopic. It's hard to do this under a microscope because I can't tell with depth. There's no depth perception really. Last one. Okay, I think there's a solder ball in every single one now. Think. If we missed one, which it doesn't look like we did. Okay, I saw a reflection of something. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a solder ball. Okay, we just don't want them to come flying out this time. As long as they don't come flying out, we're good. Oops. Okay, no flux this time, more or less airflow. Hold the stencil down real good. Let's do 40% airflow. Here we go. How are we gonna get it? Nice and good. Let's try to preheat the board a little bit. They're not coming flying out, which is good. We've improved. I don't think I need to hold it. See if we can get these to just make a connection. Slightly up on the airflow. Okay, getting closer. Come in, get closer. Whoop, nope. Nope. Too much airflow when I got close. But I think they haven't merged. Maybe those two merged. So let's get two new ones in there. Okay, if I'm gonna get closer, I have to turn the airflow down, apparently. Nope. Okay, let's try this again. Let's turn the airflow down. Okay, those started to make a connection. Some of those did. Oh, got another loose one. Alright, there we go. I got the airflow way down, almost at zero. I don't think zero is a thing, but they're starting to shift into place. Okay, let's see if they're actually soldered. They are. There we go. Let's just give it a quick quick flow. Oh, did we lose one? Looks like we might have lost one ball. Yeah, there's one ball missing. So we just got to put one ball on. One solder ball. It stayed in the... it didn't solder down. I think it's one of the newer ones I put down. One of the ones that flew out. Can't get them all. I got too much flux. It's just it's roaming. Just need a little bit of flux. One solder ball to fix. I'm gonna have to go with like no airflow on this. Come on, come off. Just wants to stick to either a tweezer or my... There we go. Okay, there, I think I need a fresh ball. That one has got too much flux on it or something. Try a fresh one. I got two there. Oh, that's just one. Okay. Is that the ball? I had two. I think I had two. So let's take that one off. It's up here now. Let me clean up the board a bit, make this easier. I should use a
What's the difference
Q-tip
between
that
a
doesn't
Hippo and a Zippo? One is really heavy, the other is a little lighter.
fall apart, really. Come on. There we go. I can't get it to come off. It's just gonna get stuck to the tweezers. I'm in a never-ending cycle here of stuckness. Okay. Clean tweezers. And no airflow. Well, Zero airflow is not really possible, but there we go. Sat down on the pad real nice. There we go. Okay, so this board should now be ready. Theoretically, to take a new RAM chip. So I just need a new RAM chip. Okay, Jan, I don't know. You just want to replace this one. Did I get lucky and take off the one broken chip? Okay, I think we're good. So, if it comes off because of the Q-tip, then they're not soldered on. Let me get a Q-tip that doesn't leave a mess.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says, yes, first replace this. That should get us the 16000103 again.
Okay, and then we can kind of narrow down the other bad chip, and it's probably the one next to it.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says that it working again and replacing 4.
Right. I could run to the mailbox and see if the other board is here. I think I have to replace the filter though on my on the disk drive. I don't think I have, and I think I have the filters. I just don't know. Do you want me to run the memory test again? And leave it for a little bit longer. Those last 3 memory tests. Jan's really the one doing. I'm just doing all the physical labor. Jan's doing all the fixing. We are somehow going to come together and bring life back to this, if it's possible.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says we don't care for the disk drive in the foreseeable future.
Well, doesn't it need it? Otherwise I'll get a different error. I guess if I get the other error, the disk drive error, then that'll at least tell us we're good. I just don't want to run into another error. Also, okay, so I deleted the SCFM or whatever. Do I need to put another NAND on this, or can I just delete the MLC chip, like the original NAND?
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says just stop the test while you got to the post box.
Yeah, okay. Can I delete can I erase the MLC, like the built-in NAND chip, and to reinstall the titles to the original NAND chip? Or does it need to be do we need to use a NAND aid on this? I mean, I'm probably going to install one anyway, right? But I'm just curious if you can do it on the original NAND to reset the console, or if there's some better way to reset the console.
YouTube Jan Javier says missing disk drive. We'll give a 1400 error, but much later and we can disable begin the sequel.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says you can also rebuild on the eMMC.
Okay, cool. That's more or less what I was asking. So if that's possible, then we're good. Let me go to the post office. Let's start this. I don't think that's gonna short out on anything here. Let's plug the Pi in, and I'll run the tests in reverse order. Yeah. So odd 0 log first, because that's the one that's on there right now. Get this out of the way. All right, let me there's still a bunch of like flux and stuff lingering I have to clean up. Power. Putty. Okay. Load. Browse. So this one first. I'll delete that one. Open. Turn on. Okay. See, it's instant with with this memory card. Just 1 gig card. Okay. I gotta get the poison off my fingers. It looks like it did come. How are we doing on this? Still, see, it takes a while. I have to pee. I'm gonna do that real quick, then we'll open these packages. I got the board. Woo. That is... That is a different revision, but I guess the memory's fine to use. It's delidded too, that's interesting.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says then let's steal some chips from it.
Agreed. I don't know what this one is. Perfume and a half. What are you?
YouTube Jen Hoffmeyer says I would use U2 and U3. Maybe U4 and U5 are more likely to fail because they get less airflow or something.
Okay. I gotta see what this package is.
Did you hear that the police have a warrant out on a big psychic ripping people off? It reads small, medium, and large.
Oh! This finally came. Oh, this took a while. Okay, good. AliExpress, you know, it's like, am I getting stuff? Should we be done with this memory test and just swap chips over, or do you want to keep running tests here? Do you want me to do the other tests, or should we wait till we have the chip back on the board? This is a, that's not going anywhere, so. You see what I mean? It takes forever. It's like, it can't finish or something. Maybe because of the missing memory chip, it can't go to the message that you're expecting. So this is a board holder.
Says on my 50U5 failed.
Did you replace it? Yeah, it should be finished, right? I think it's just erroring out, or...
Peter says it should be fine. It's fine now.
I think it was finished a long time ago. To be fair. Alright, well, I don't need this right now, but this is like a...
Says, not sure why I don't see that message.
This is like a board holder. I gotta assemble. I don't know if it's gonna be any good, but But it's the same, right? Do I even need to send this to you? I think it's the same. The codes are the exact same. I'm pretty sure it's the same. This looks... It ended right here, so... I'll send it to you if you really want me to, but... I don't think it's different. Okay. So shall we steal some chip? Steal some chip. So you want me to take U2? You take U2 off the board? Okay, let's do it. I think I can just put this up.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says yes, use U2 to replace U5.
U2 to replace U5. U2. Okay. I guess I do need to raise the exposure up one. Yep.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says also I recommend marking the chips so you don't mix them up with the
Well,
old ones.
that's true. But this one is in here. It's in a little cubby. And I'm going to put this straight on the other board. If I need to take it off again, I'll mark it. But the marking is going to come off as soon as I, you know, heat it up and clean it and stuff. So I'm not too worried about mixing it up right now. We just need to get it off the board. But yeah, I'll keep track. You're right. Okay, this one coming off. Let's go with a lot of airflow. Actually, I'm gonna go with a really big nozzle. Is my screwdriver still out here? This is a parts board. I wonder if any of those little transistors are on here I need for that Wii. Yeah, it looks like there's some there. Perfect. I think I'm just going to go with no nozzle. Max airflow. And this is a parts board, so I'm not too worried about breaking it. Here we go. I have a replacement SD card slot too, but I don't think the SD card slot's the problem. But you're right, I can steal it. I did order one, so, and it did come. But I'm not going to replace it if it's not really necessary. It doesn't seem like it's actually necessary. It wants to come off. Maybe. Okay. Chip come off. We're gonna need that in a second anyway. Donor board out of the way.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says maybe just turn the board around and heat it from the back until the stuff falls off.
That's true too. Do it from the backside.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says the board is broken anyway and it might be more gentle to the chips.
That's true. It's a good point. I'm just gonna rest this here so I can... No, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to press on it, but that's okay. It'll live. It'll live. Flux. I would have to assemble that board holder to do that. Oh. I should probably mix some leaded solder in real quick too while we're at this. The chip's a little more resilient than the board is. I mean the pads at least. Okay. We should be in somewhat good shape now. Let's just clean it up and check. Alright, we've got our reballed board. We are going to protect the area. Some aluminum tape. So make sure these caps don't go flying and the other memory chip doesn't take too much heat. Alright, and then the direction. Where's the dots over here? Where's the dot on the dang chip? Can't see it. There it is. It's on that corner up there. So, let's get a little bit of flux. You know, I'm going to use the really good Amtech flux for this. Don't need a lot. Amtech wipes on my finger. Okay. Oh, I also need to protect. Our defuse Pico memory tester situation. Alright. Let's see. Yep, I see the dot, just barely, but it is there. We've got our dot. All right. Are we too far over? There we go. It's sat down. Okay, that feels pretty good. Yep. There's a big gap on the left side here, but there's also a gap on the left side of that chip, so that's just how it is. Okay, it's time. Wish me luck.
I used to have a job at a calendar factory, but I got the sack because I took a couple of days off.
Wish me luck. We're gonna go with about half, little under half airflow. No nozzle. Just gonna come in here. Well, this chip should float down into space once it's ready. Should see it settle. Any second now. I should get ready to give it a nudge. Nope, see, it's too far. Hopefully we don't have to reball it now. Maybe it'll settle back down into space. Well, I may have to reball it. It doesn't want to move now. There it goes. It moved back. That's good. Let's add flux. And hope we got lucky. Go with more airflow now. It's really hard to tell unless I need like a camera underneath so we can actually see the solder balls. Got to get the flux to kind of bubble up underneath. Okay, chip moved. We're going to let it settle. I think we're good. I think it's on. As long as none of the balls merge underneath. Which we're not going to know right away. It is connected. Let's take this off. What do you think? Board's still too hot to...
YouTube Jan Hopmere says, did you check the orientation of the chip?
Yes, I did. The dot is really hard to see, but I checked it. It is right there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but... Dot, dot. Yeah, you can see it. Alright, let's see if we can take a peek. I don't know if we can, but with the solder balls, it's going to be very difficult to get the angle. Is that a stray solder ball right there? Yep. I got it. Make sure there's no more. Nope. Okay. Is that our chip? Oh, actually, that is one of the other memory chips. Is it me, or does that one kind of look bent? Alright, well. Well, it'll be easier to come in from the side a little bit here. You can't tell. We're not gonna be able to tell. There's too much flux and stuff under there too. Yeah, Alright, let's just clean it now that we've got it this way. I've got to reconnect the ground cable. That's okay. Only thing we can do is test. And to be fair, they all look a little crooked in the lines. The lines are not like perfect, so should we just boot it? I don't really need the putty, right? Or I mean yeah. I don't really need defuse running, do I? Or should we run it? Just boot it and see if we get an error. Let me reconnect the ground wire here. Try without diffuse. Ivy, yeah, your RAM. Yes, it's on the board. I don't know if it's on right, but it's on the board. So I need an SD card with minute on it, don't I?
YouTube Jan Hoppier says if it blinks blue, then it's bad.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeter says static blue is good.
I think this is the... Nope, that's the 128. I swear I had a 2 gig, no, a 32 gig.
YouTube
I had
Jan
a 32 gig
Hoffmeyer
card.
says if it has ISFS hacks installed, it should blink orange.
Well, it doesn't have anything installed, right? Oh, wait. No, it does. No, it does. We did get that far at least. Let me find a card that has files on it. That's not it.
YouTube Ivy says you can test boot without the SD card since that will prove if the RAM is soldered up.
Just boot it without the SD card. That shouldn't touch
Do
anything.
the BVCs or diffuser though?
Oh, the SD card's right here. I'm pretty sure that's it. We have minutes.
YouTube Jan
recovery
Hoffmeyer
menu.
says yes, boot 1 has a small memory test
Yeah.
built in.
That's it. Okay. Well, then let's do that. I need to hook up an HDMI, don't I? Let's do that. Capture card. Sexy. Tacos!
$40.
That's him paying me for services. That's not actually because he's generous. Thank you. Thank you, Tacos.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeo says unbelievable.
Unbelievable. No, Tacos is a generous, but he's also just paying me back.
YouTube Ivy says real ones use the syslog only.
Capture cards. Okay. No SD card. Blinking blue light. So do you think it didn't go on right? I did not get Fallout 2, Tacos. But I have Fallout 2 already.
Tacos, did you get Fallout 2 ou GOG?
So you think the chip isn't on there right? I could try to reflow it. Alright, we can try to reball the chip directly. I'll take it off and I'll reball the chip directly and see if that goes any better. Maybe I can just tape the stencil to the chip and do it on this blue mat. Because it doesn't, the stencil doesn't fit in here. Let me show you what they sent this.
YouTube, but he says I say reflow first just in case there is not a ball connected.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says maybe practice with the old chip on the donor pad first.
Yeah, I could just reflow it real quick. It did this when I didn't have the SD card in though. I just want to do it out of curiosity. When I didn't have the SD card in, it would still boot in a minute, but it wouldn't. It would blink blue. Okay, yeah, it's still doing the same thing. So bad memory chip. Okay. Easy test though. Might as well check it real quick. Oh! Let's do a quick reflow on it. Look at this thing. How am I supposed to hold a memory chip? You know, like how do you take a memory chip and hold it in here? Like, it doesn't make any sense with the stencil. What, like, it's not gonna go well.
What's the difference between roast beef and pea soup? Anyone can roast beef, but nobody can pea soup.
I guess I could tape the chip like a madman.
Hoffmeyer says with the old Memtist we could see if it sees the chip at all and if just one data line is missing or something.
With the old mem test we could see if the chip at all or just which one? Can you resend it to me or should I scroll up forever and try to find it? Like the very first memory test you sent me? I mean I have them all, so oh no, I don't have them all. I have the logs. I'm scrolling up, trying to find it. Oh, but did you put it in my Discord at one point? Because I don't see it in our DMs for some reason.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says let me just compile it.
Yeah, okay, just send it to me. That'll be easier. Let me also reflow this real quick. Might as well. It did move over a bunch, so I'm afraid balls got kind of joined. It's very likely that we have joined solder balls underneath. I'll have to come back to this tomorrow, but I can stream more longer tomorrow. Can't. I gotta go to dinner. Go eat dinner. Starting to get a giant mess here. Flux. This should be enough flux. I don't have to worry as much now, so just going to reflow. 50% airflow, 475-ish. Because who knows with this hot air station. I did tap it, it went back into place, but I'm afraid that balls merged because it moved a lot when I was initially tried to tap it. It just kind of shifted, which tells me probably some balls merged. But we might as well try. Maybe they'll separate. Probably not, to be fair. I'm going to give this another... I don't know, we're not seeing bubbling yet. I want to see bubbling on the flux. There's a little bit. Alright, I see it. I'll grab that file. Let's bring the airflow all the way up. Whoop. It's quite a tap. Alright, it should be in place. Try that. Let's let it cool down. Let's hope. Maybe we'll get lucky. Well, I'll download this because we're going to do that anyway. And let me write that to the card. Woo! That could have been bad. Let me set this over here while it cools down. Out of danger. I just don't have the right space for all this. Okay. Still pretty warm. So, let me disk I Win32 U5. Do you want me to log it, or should I just run it? I don't want to overwrite one of the wrong disks here. I gotta make 100% sure. Come on, disk management. Yep, disk I. Disk I. Right. Right. Eject. Alright. Should I log it, Jan, or no? Let's see what happens if we boot without a... Just turn it on without the memory, without a memory card, and see if we still get the blinky light. See. It's cooled down quite a bit. Let me clean it. Alright. There's a bunch of flux I need to clean off still, but... Still blinking. Still blinking. Okay, I think I have to reball it. I think we got to take it off and reball it. Either that or one of the other chips moved too when we didn't want it to. I'll run the test just real quick. Which way are we going in here? Try to save that, so I have to keep getting new ones out. All right, test. Putty. Load. I'll log it because why not? If I remember right, this one takes a much longer time, right? Oh, maybe not. This is the first test you sent me, like, ran and ran and ran and ran and ran. I think there's solder balls bridged under there. I say we...
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says it shouldn't take long if the chip is bad.
Well, but when there was no chip, it just ran forever. But we do have a bad chip. We already know that.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says maybe there's a problem with the test.
Well, it's acting like the chip's still not on there. I think I'm just going to reball it, yeah? But I got to do that tomorrow. Dang it. We'll have to do this tomorrow. Is the board still warm? Yeah, it's cooled down. Let's do it tomorrow. I have longer time. I'll have a much longer time. I'll send this to you just, you know. you can at least look at it, but I'm pretty sure it's solder balls merged because it moved way too far when I tapped it the first time, and then it stuck when it moved. These solder balls are really close together, so we'll try reballing the actual RAM. I think what I'm gonna have to do is put it. I'm gonna put it like on the back side of this thing. I could practice real quick with the other RAM. Before I end. Let's do that. Let me just practice with this other RAM. See if we can figure out a good way, and then tomorrow it'll be faster for me to just get in there. Mix some leaded solder in real quick. And that should be enough.
YouTube Live says GTU do OR 4 ou é only the OR that was GRS to be there.
I just replaced the one I originally took off the board because Jan wanted to see what that would do. Now, it did originally boot into the system. It just would give us an error. When it would give us the same error you would get if the NAND was bad. But replacing the NAND, disconnecting the NAND, nothing worked. It wouldn't. It was weird. It was really weird. So I took one chip off.
If you want a job in the moisturizer industry, the best advice I can give is to apply daily.
Alright, how are we gonna do this? Can I somehow, like... This is gonna be so hard to do. So I'm gonna have to... like tape the dang thing somehow. Can I get away with doing it like on the mat instead? Like
YouTube Evie says, "Do try not to be annoying. Challenge impossible."
I know, and the little holder they sent me. First of all, I bought stencils, but obviously this stencil's like too small. So I can use this to reball the motherboard, but not the chip. And then there's no way to use this thing to hold the chip and do the stencil. That's the problem here. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take some double-sided. I'm gonna take some, not double-sided. I'm gonna take some aluminum tape. I'm just gonna kind of make double-sided tape out of it. I'm gonna stick the chip there. Then I'll stick. Let's stick the tape on here. Okay. Now.
YouTube Ivy says, I mean, if it works, it works.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, ideally you'd be doing with the right stencil, but I can't find. If anybody has a link to like a real size stencil for this, I can't find DDR3 stencils that are like a normal size. All I could find was this. And AliExpress and Google is just Google's so shit these days, you know. It's really unfortunate. It's nice that we can order stuff from China, but I can't even. The descriptions on AliExpress, you know, you think you're buying one thing, you get another. You're not sure how big anything is. It's a little bit of a nightmare. I can't get this tape off. Yeah, if it works. If it works. And with this lighting, I cannot tell. Okay. That's gotta be it, right? I did find some universal stencils, but then I'm going to have solder balls going all over the place. I'm going to have similar problems to trying to use this stencil. Okay. I need just a little bit of flux in there so it can, solder balls can sort of sit down in there.
YouTube Ivy says I assume balls are
I mean,
better to use than
I do have
paste or
paste.
RAM.
I did try paste. We could try paste first. But the problem is the paste is so uneven, and these are really close together, right? I'm glad that there's like divots on the side here. Now I can actually try to actually recollect these balls.
YouTube Ivy says that's fair.
I tried paste first on the board, and it just didn't really work out. I'm using these tweezers because they don't have any flux on them. Well, they don't have as much flux on them. Oh, you know what? This should work.
YouTube Video says, I should get some balls because the pass I had for reballing them is expired.
Yeah, you can keep. You think you're supposed to keep the paste in the refrigerator, and that will help keep it. Okay, we need a few more here.
Ivy says IT sat in my desk for months, hahaha.
Oh, that's what I was trying to avoid. Oh well. I will just pick them all back up later. Let's just get them all in there.
YouTube Ivy says really satisfying seeing the balls in there.
The good news is the stencil takes heat okay. You know, that's usually the problem. You buy a stencil and it doesn't take heat okay, and it warps. It's like, my problem is the stencil's just too damn small. Alright, how are we looking? We have
YouTube Ivy says looks good to me, S.
I think there's one missing, right? Go in there. Go in there. Go ahead. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna put some. There's so many little solder balls now just hanging out on the sides, and they're going to melt. I'm gonna try and gather them up and put them.
YouTube Ivy says it's like playing a mini version of golf.
Alright, let's make sure we got. Looks like we do.
YouTube Ivy says like really small.
Yeah. Really small is an understatement. Microscopic, indeed. So I'll try and. Rescue some of these at least. Ooh, I got a lot there. They're gonna melt in here with the heat, like for sure, for certain. These ones are invisible. I mean, they're visible, but they're you just go right through them. Come on, baby. All right. Good enough. Not gonna get them all. There are some on the other side I want to grab too. Completely unorthodox soldering on the bottom side of this jig, but you know, what do you, if it works, it works. With tape, bunch of tape, holding everything down. Ridiculous. It's not stupid if it works. It's just stupid. It's just stupid that you have to do it, you know? Okay, let's try her again. It's reball. This is just practice, by the way. This is the bad chip, the assumed bad chip. Now, at least it'll be reballed in case we find out that it's not the problem. You know? So I'm at 469, 25% airflow, no nozzle. Oh, need to come down on the airflow even more.
Why is there always a gate around cemeteries? Because people are always dying to get in.
Did we lose one here too? Less airflow. All the way off with the airflow. Are we missing a ball in there? No. That's even with the airflow all the way off. Whoop. All right, here we go. It's gonna hold the airflow. Are we missing a ball? No, that one's just not shiny for some reason. Really? It really seems like we're missing a ball in there, but... Are we? Maybe we are. That solder ball seems huge. That is not right. Oh, I think we were missing one in there. Okay, I'm going to press down on the stencil. Or do I have two, like, stacked up now? No. No, the other one's just kind of sat down. And we can see that some of them are not soldered. I think this is going to be the process, though. If we need to reball them, I have to tape them. Because this is kind of working. Kind of. Let's go up on the airflow. I'm going to have to wear gloves, though, because it's hot on my hand. Come on, get shiny. It's just that one. A new ball. It doesn't want to shine. Come on. Alright. Hopefully it's on. Doesn't seem like it's moving. Oof. Wow, this thing is hot. Wow. There's a lot of good heat transfer in here, at least. And a lot of the solder balls on the outside didn't actually melt, so I don't have to, I guess I don't have to worry too much about that. Okay, so we are those just brown, or did we lose some? A couple didn't make a connection. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect because this is obviously a test. So, yeah, looking in the stencil, they get soldered to the stencil, maybe? No. No. Is there a ball there? So like half a ball? Okay, so I'm just have to be real careful and make sure I give it enough time when I do this for real. I think half of the ball like disappeared on those two. So I would have to actually yeah, and we have to redo that entire section. Alright, let's see how bad that would be. And then I'll go have dinner. Reballing is the best. Who invented BGA, by the way? It's everyone's favorite.
YouTube ID says some sadist.
Some sadist. I can't like rest my hand because it's so hot. Am I gonna have to do these one at a time? I might. The flux is actually not helping because it melted. Because the chip's so hot still. Don't.
YouTube Bota says thank you for the YouTube Sabate Jacke Kinch.
Thank you, thank you. Let's do one. Let's just do one. That's the lowest airflow too. I may have to put the stencil back on. That actually may be easier to do that. To put the stencil back on. Maybe not. It doesn't want to sit. There we go. Oh, it stuck to my finger. I only really need those 5 slots still get lined up, right? So, well, I don't want to merge. Not. This is why we're practicing with this chip, because I don't have a great way to do this otherwise. Okay, that sat on there nicely, so. Oh god. So much for the tape. Alright, now we need to find some solder balls. Thank you for the follow. Where'd my little plastic spudger thing go? That was easier.
What cheese can never be yours? Nacho cheese.
It's so hard to tell which one is a hole and which one is needs a solder ball. Okay, I think that's, if we're missing one, which I think we are, I think that one is missing a ball. Alright, let's try that. There might be one more missing there. I can't tell, but one's no big deal. Maybe not. It may just be the angle, because I know there's one on the second to the end there on the left, and that one looks the same. So. Okay, did they make a connection yet or no? I hope so. Alright, let's find out. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. To do these.
YouTube ID says LGTM.
I don't know what that means because I'm an old man, but thank you, I think. Looking good to me. Looking good to me! I'm an old man! I haven't heard that one. That one's actually probably as old as I am. So I haven't heard that one in a long time. Looking good to me. Oh, except that guy came off. I don't know if this chip is actually bad, so I do want to kind of... Wait, is that an extra ball? Extra ball. Almost soldered an extra ball on.
YouTube Ivy says I am helping Jen with the MLC setup plugin.
Oh yeah? Plugin, huh? This one down here looks like it could use a little bit of love, but let's clean it up and see. No, it's fine. Alright, well, I don't know if this chip is good or bad. I have no idea. I took it off the board randomly when things were going wrong. So it would be really a miracle if this was the bad chip. This might actually be a good chip. Or we have a completely different issue that we just don't even know about. Okay, I gotta spritz the backside of this chip with some IPA. Get that adhesive off. Let's give it a bath. Yeah, I don't know. We still don't know what's wrong with this board, but my assumption is that RAM chip, it didn't go on right, and I need to reball it. So tomorrow, that's what I'm gonna do. This one would be better, I think. This one would be better, I think. You can also try this. You can also try this. Okay, I'll download that. You want me to run that real quick? Let's run this memory test and see what we get. This is hot. This shit's so hot. Okay. Bad chip in there. Questionable chip. We don't know that it's bad. I shouldn't call it bad. It could be a good boy. And I don't know. Maybe it's a good boy. Questionable. He's a questionable boy. Okay, I need to put this in the fridge.
She says I have a way that freezes at random. Is
why is it? Oh, it freezes at random. What do you guys think? Is it the MLC? Do you think it's the NAND? Random freezing. Sounds like Access.
YouTube Car GE says it's a RAM problem.
We don't. I wouldn't assume that. I would not assume that. RAM doesn't go bad that often. I would assume NAND. That would be the first thing I would do. Yeah. Dump the logs. That's a good idea. Do you have Minute installed? Install Minute. Dump the logs. I'm going to use defuse real quick here. Let's put that on.
YouTube Jen Hoffmeyer says maybe just overheating.
Oh, that's a good point. It could just be overheating. Oh, I don't need to go there. We just need to...
YouTube Ivy says can also dump logs in Aroma with FTP or the dedicated app.
You can? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I should have assumed that. I just don't know much about the soft mod. I haven't messed with it much. I've set it up and I've got things working, but there's so many apps. There's so many. Okay, we're on disk I still. Single zero. I, not G. I. I should just unplug my backup drives so this I can never screw that up. But
YouTube Car GE says okay, we'll get dump logs. No overheating at all.
yeah, I would assume it could be the NAND going bad. I don't know what the symptoms are though for straight up bad NAND. But at least that's a fix you can do. You can fix that if it is. I would hope it's something as simple as the NAND is
YouTube Jen
bad.
Hoffmeyer says storage errors usually give an error screen except if it is SCFM failing to flush, but that would cause a log entry.
Let's look at the putty. Oops. No. Why did I close it? I gotta go make my ground beef. Browse. 1. This was single zero, new single zero. Open. There we go. So tomorrow the plan is take this chip back off, reball this chip, put it back on. And if we're still in the same position, then we're going to take off the chip next to it and we're going to reball and put on one from the donor next to it. So U5 and U4. Because it's possible that U5 actually is on correctly. But probably not. I don't know if you guys saw it, but at one point I had knocked off those little resistors. How long do you want me to let this run, Jan? I'll go make dinner, and I guess I'll just give you a big file. It's not gonna be too big. So, yeah, let me just leave that there. I'll let it run for a while.
YouTube Jan Hoffmeyer says the other memory test would tell.
I'm running it right now. The one that you suggested. Okay. Well, it's running. So I'll let it run for a while. And then we'll go from there. Where whatever this gives us, it gives us. I gotta clean up a bunch of trash. I'll let this run for 20-30 minutes while I cook and eat and stuff. And then I'll send it to you afterwards. And I'll be back tomorrow. Probably around noon my time. Maybe a little earlier if I wake. Depends on what time I wake up, so. Okay. That's all she wrote. That's all I wrote. That's all we got. I'm dropping shit on the floor. Okay. Alright, guys. See you tomorrow if you're here. Thanks for hanging out. Let's try to get this thing fixed. That'd be awesome if we get this thing fixed. Bye.